Hamilton recorded a lap of 1:27.319 the fastestever around Suzuka by a full 1.7 seconds, smashing Michael Schumacher's 2006 benchmark in his final run in Q3 to take his 71st career pole, 0.332s up on Bottas. But with Bottas set to drop 5 places on the grid due to a gearbox penalty, Sebastian Vettel will line up alongside title rival Hamilton on the front row of the grid. The German was 0.140s slower than Bottas, finding only 0.006s on his second run, while the Mercedes driver who almost crashed at Degner in Q1 improved by 0.3. Red Bull Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen will start from the second row after qualifying 4th and 5th, 0.026s apart. Kimi Räikkönen went off at the second Degner on his first run in Q3, scene of his crash in final practice, and his second effort was only good enough for 6th in a second Ferrari. Räikkönen will also drop 5 places on the grid after requiring a new gearbox following that earlier crash. Esteban Ocon is promoted to 5th in the Force India ahead of teammates Sergio Perez, Bottas and Felipe Massa's Williams with penalties applied. Fernando Alonso beat McLaren teammate Stoffel Vandoorne to the final spot in Q3 by just 0.029s after, but will drop to the back of the grid with a 35-place grid penalty for an engine change. Nico Hülkenberg was 12th fastest in the best of the Renaults in Q2, but moves up to 9th after penalties are applied ahead of Vandoorne. Kevin Magnussen scored the best qualifying result for Haas since August's Belgian GP by posting the 13th fastest time, within a tenth of Hülkenberg, and moves up to 12th behind Räikkönen on the grid. A heavy crash for the other Haas of Romain Grosjean at the top of the S's in the closing stages of Q1 brought that segment to an early end. Grosjean, who complained something wrong on the car, massive oversteer as he ran off the road at turns 5 and 6 before crashing into the wall before turn 7, was already in the drop zone when he crashed, having earlier lapped less than a tenth slower than Haas teammate Kevin Magnussen. Grosjean ended up 16th quickest but promoted to 13th on the grid after penalties ahead of Toro Rosso rookie Pierre Gasly and Williams driver Lance Stroll, who complained about being blocked multiple times in the early part of Q1. Qualifying results with penalties.